Hi guys, welcome back to BeautiCo. So today in this video, I am going to be trying out some Zara beauty makeup. Now, as you guys know, Zara is a fashion brand. I absolutely love that brand. I shop a lot of my clothes from Zara. A lot of my jewelry as well is from Zara. But I'm so excited that they came out with their own beauty line, so makeup line basically. So I purchased like literally a bunch of makeup from them. I have foundation, concealer, bronzer, eyeshadow, lipstick, all of that is there right in front of me waiting to try them out. So this is gonna be like a first impressions because I've not tried out anything from this brand yet. I just collected everything and I thought I'll just make a video and give you my first thoughts on these products. So let's quickly get started. Now before I get started, I wanted to talk a little bit about the pricing. Now the pricing of these products are right in the middle. It's not very affordable, it's not very expensive. Like the foundation costs around 1600 rupees, which is a little bit on the expensive side, but not very expensive, like not 2000 3000 rupees, and it's not like very cheap like 400 500 rupees. It's right in the middle, which is justified. And like other products like concealer costs 900 rupees, eyeshadows 400 rupees, lipsticks around 800 rupees. So it's like a medium price range, which I think is okay. The first product that I bought from them is of course their foundation. So trust me, I had such a hard time choosing foundation from their website, and I got 3 shades, and trust me, none of these shades match me. I think the lightest shade that I have is W928. I just swatched them and it looked like these are really dark shades. So yeah, I failed all the 3 times and I was like, forget it, I am just gonna make it work. So this is what the packaging looks like, and this is their foundation bottle. I like the packaging, I like the whole concept of it being a little tera. I don't mind that. It's very unique and a little bit more on the fashionable side. So I understand the packaging and it feels luxe. It does not feel like a cheap packaging. It is a glass bottle and it of course comes with a pump. So we are gonna try this foundation out. Now to try this foundation out, they also had their blender. This is the blender makeup sponge, which retails for 500 rupees, which I feel is actually a pretty good price for a makeup sponge. And this is damp right now, so it is squishy, but it's not very squishy like my Prosh makeup sponge. That one is like really soft, like, and I love using this one. But this one is also not that bad feeling, so we are gonna try it out and see how it blends my foundation. Also, before I forget, I also did get their Kabuki foundation brush, which was for 1300 rupees, which is a little bit more on the expensive side, but the quality of this particular brush is actually amazing. I love the packaging, it's so chic. And this is the actual Kabuki brush. It is flat and it looks like a really good brush to blend out foundation. So one side I'm gonna blend it with a brush and the other side I'm gonna blend it with my makeup sponge. So the consistency seems pretty thick, so we're just gonna dot it. I'm gonna take the sponge and I'm gonna blend this side out with it. Oh wow, that is a pretty full coverage foundation. Let's try the brush. Okay, now I have some thoughts. I ended up using like 1.5 pumps of this particular foundation to cover up my entire face. So now first let's talk about the finish of this foundation. Now it has a soft matte, almost like a matte finish. Like with the brush application it's completely matte, but with the sponge application it has a little bit of like a luminous glow, but it's still on the matte side. I feel like it is gonna set and turn completely matte in some time. Now it is a full coverage foundation. It is not a foundation which is sheer or medium to medium coverage. It literally is a full coverage foundation. It's like a heavy duty foundation, but it is still lightweight. It does not feel heavy on the skin. It literally feels like I am not wearing any foundation. It is very comfortable to wear. Now I feel like I prefer the application with the brush because it's much more smoother, whereas on the sponge side I can see a little bit of texture going on. So I really loved this particular brush from the brand. Like, just blended it out very well, giving me this very smooth application. So really love this blush. I like the sponge, it is not bad, it did the job of blending the foundation really well. It is not streaky in application, everything is very smooth, but I just prefer the brush a little bit over the blender. Honestly, I feel like this is not like a everyday foundation. This is a foundation where you want to do like glam looks and want to have like a full coverage and you want to be photographed. I feel like this is a foundation for special occasions, not for everyday wear, because it is a little bit more on the full coverage side. So if you want to look like glam, you want to go for a party, event, wedding, all of that, this is the foundation for you. And since it is a matte finish, I feel like it is going to be a really good foundation for my oily skin. So that are my thoughts. Now let's move on to the concealer. For concealer, I got the shade N915. So this is like a neutral undertone concealer. The foundation was warm undertone since it said W930. It's a good thing that I bought the concealer in the neutral shade, and this is called as the luminous creamy concealer, and I'm hoping that this is a little bit more on the lighter side so that, you know, I can balance everything out. Again, the packaging is really good. So this is the applicator, and let's see. Yeah, I feel like this concealer is gonna be like the perfect match. That concealer just blended out so well. It has this hydrating finish, which I love in a concealer. Like, I love a good hydrating concealer. That's what I use on a regular basis. And the Zara concealer is a 10 out of 10. It is like a medium to full coverage concealer, blended out so well. It's so lightweight and it just makes my under eyes look so healthy. 10 out of 10 on this concealer. It's superb. Now we're gonna move on to eyes, and I ended up buying 5 eyeshadows from their range. Now they had quite a few eyeshadows to choose from. There were mattes, shimmers, metallics, so I ended up buying 5 of them. I have them with me. So we're gonna start with this one that I have called as Icon. Now this is like a matte cream bone shade, which is I use quite a lot on my regular looks. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna take a fluffy brush and just gonna apply this on the eyelids just to mattify it. This is a matte eyeshadow. Okay, so I had to like layer quite a lot to get this intensity of this particular bone shade. I'm gonna take the shade called as Old Sport, which is another matte brown shade. This is like a warm matte brown. So I am gonna apply this as my crease shade. Okay, just gonna smoke out. So they did have some eyeshadow brushes, but I was like, first let me try out their foundation brush, and if it's any good, then I will go ahead and, you know, try out some other brushes from them, because they're not like cheap. They are pretty expensive. Just create like an outer V so that we have like a precise application. Okay, this is a beautiful shade. It's very pigmented, blended out beautifully. Impressed. Next, I have these 2 shimmer shades from them. One is called as Love, which is this particular one. It's like a pinky shimmery shade, and this particular one is called as Flapper, which is more of a like a cool tone pinky shade, you can say. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first apply this shade, which is Love, right in the center. Now I'm gonna use my fingers for this. Okay, not bad, not bad. It is not very metallic, it's more like a soft shimmer shade. This particular one, love. And next I am going to use the shade Flapper in my inner corners. Now this one looks a little bit more pigmented. Oh yeah, that is super pigmented. But these are not like very metallic, more on the shimmery side, as you can see. I did see a couple of reviews on the eyeshadows, and like not everyone was impressed. Probably different shades perform differently, but the shades that I chose are performing really well. So I am not mad about this eyeshadow look whatsoever. Like, now I have one last shade from them, which is called as Imagine. Now this is like a black, but it has like shimmer particles in it. I'm just gonna swatch it and see if it is completely matte or if the shimmer particle, you know, transfers. Okay, that's the black, and you can see like these purple shimmers on it. So what I'm gonna do is, with this I have to be really careful, and I'm just gonna do a small wing with this particular eyeshadow. Now this particular shade is not very pigmented, it is decently pigmented. So yeah, this is what my eyes look like. I really love the way my eyeshadow has turned out. I just applied some lashes, some mascara, and I am full on ready. Like, let's move on to the next product that I have, which I'm actually honestly very excited about, is their bronzer. Now the bronzer retails for 1800 rupees, which was a little bit more on the expensive side, but we're gonna see if it does perform well or not. So firstly, I want to show you the packaging. This is the packaging of this particular product. Again, it has no branding whatsoever. Oh, there is a Zara written right here, it's pretty sure. And the shade that I got is Rich Soleil. So this is what it looks like. It is a pretty warm tone bronzer, and it's exactly the kind of shade that I absolutely love, and it's a pretty big pan, which I am happy about. So I'm not getting less product for that price. It looks like a little bit more, yeah, it does have quite a lot of kickback, as you can see, but I have a lot of product on my brush, so I'm just gonna tap it out, and I'm using my Pack Face S1 brush for this. So, oh wow, that is a pretty pigmented bronzer, but it does have a lot of kickback. Look at that, it's applying so beautifully, and it's a pretty pigmented bronzer. Oh wow, I really love the shade. Like, I love the warmth that it has, and it's also giving me that chisel look. Like, it has a little bit of a cool tone, but more on the warm tone side. So like, it is giving me like that sun-kissed look that I love. This bronzer gets a good 8 out of 10. It's just that I'm giving it an 8 because it has quite a lot of kickback, so I end up wasting quite a lot of product, but it is very pigmented, it blends beautifully, and the shade is just perfect. Like, my shade Rich Soleil is like my perfect bronzer shade. I am so happy with this particular bronzer. Now they had quite a few lip options, which literally got me confused. There was lip oil, there was like a lip gloss, there was lip tint, and then there was matte lipstick, satin lipstick, and what all and whatnot. So I was like, I'm gonna stick to the basics. So I ended up buying this lip balm, which is in the shade, this is called as a tinted balm, refillable lip balm. I think the lip balm itself comes separately. This was for rupees 1200, which was a little bit more on the expensive side. So it does come with a separate packaging right here, and I love the packaging. It's like magnetic, and cute, but this is the actual product, and the shade that I got is called Say Cheers, and this is what it looks like. It's a pretty pink shade, so I'm gonna see how this works out for me. I'm just gonna first put it in this particular packaging. How does it work? Yeah, I think, doesn't it like click in? Okay, it just like sits very flimsily on this, and then I can just shut it like that. So when I open it, it's like just like that. See? Oh, it's a pretty pink. Like a Barbie pink shade, which does not suit me whatsoever. But it is a lip balm texture, and it's a very pigmented one. I think the shade is for people who are more on the fairer skin tone side. This is not for me, but yeah, the formula is good. It's a pretty hydrating, and it is like a lip balm texture, which feels like it can be a good lip balm, but the shade is not for me. Then finally I bought one lip color that is a liquid lipstick. This is called as the Ultimate Matte Liquid Lipstick, and this retails for 800 rupees, which is a pretty good price. And the shade that I got is Regal, and I have used this particular liquid lipstick before, and I have my thoughts already with me. And the shade is actually amazing. I love the shade. It's like the most prettiest nude shade, as you can see. Like, the formula is amazing. It is matte but very comfortable, and the shade is just like my shade, you guys. I have been using this quite a lot. I keep this in my purse because it just looks so beautiful. Like, the formula is pretty thin but very pigmented and very comfortable. Okay, so this is the final result, and honestly I can say that this is a bomb makeup look because it is looking so glam. So it's like a full coverage glam, which I have done after a very long time, and I feel like on me it is looking absolutely beautiful. Because I think I have oily skin, I feel like this matte foundation really looks amazing on me, and this entire matte look is just looking stunning. I think that's a wrap. I am overall very happy with Zara makeup, and I feel like I found quite a lot of things that I can use on a regular basis. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you all did like it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I am gonna go now, and I'll see you all in my next video very soon. Until then, bye.